you have what it takes to have it all, to strike it rich, to be a millionaire?
Hey, I'm AJ Romani, checking in from one of my planes.
Tonight,
I'm Renee Unger, and my recipes have made me a millionaire.
4 Canadian entrepreneurs
I'm Brian Scudamore, and I've made millions hauling away your trash.
who made a fortune,
Hi, I'm John Stanton. We've got almost 1 million people up and running.
and 10 questions that will determine whether you have the millionaire mindset. So, do you have what it takes? Grab a pencil, you're about to find out. I'm Diane Buckner. Why do some people become millionaires while most don't? We've consulted one of Canada's leading business schools and come up with 10 questions that will tell you whether you have what it takes to become a millionaire. You'll also meet 4 Canadian millionaires who took our quiz and find out how they made their money. So let's get started. We'll give you the questions and the answers, you keep track of your score, and we'll tell you what the results mean at the end of the program. Here's question number 1. Your great invention, the Better Mousetrap, isn't selling. You're tired and broke. What do? A. Pack it in and get a job with a salary. B. Pack it in and start looking for another business opportunity. C. Stick with it. There's bound to be a big order coming soon. Now write down your answer quickly. This quiz moves. If you said B, score a point. Self-made millionaires may be persistent, but contrary to popular belief, they are willing to quit and move on. Question 2. Uncle Bart has left you $100,000. What do you do with it? A. Head for the nearest casino. B. Ask a reputable broker to recommend a great stock and invest it all. C. Pay off your debt. Or D. Use half to pay off debt, invest the other half.
I'd do D.
D is the millionaire answer.
I'd pay off some of my debts and use the rest to invest in growth. I mean, that's exactly what I've done over the years.
And balancing risk with caution has paid off for millionaire Brian Scudamore. This 34-year-old has got it made. A Vancouver home at the beach.
Wonders.
A cute dog. And a business empire built on junk. He's making millions in a dirty business. Just call the magic number and his trucks show up to rescue you from your junk.
We internally refer to ourselves as creating the FedEx of junk removal. Clean, shiny trucks, friendly, uniformed drivers. Nobody's done it.
Scudamore started his business when he was in high school with a pretty casual assessment of the risk he was taking.
When I started the business with $700 to buy my beat-up old pickup truck, I lose the whole thing. Hey, big deal. I'm 18 years old. Go get a job and make some more money and try again. It's always been lots of little calculated risks over time.
Now, after 15 years, he's got a fancy new fleet, dozens of employees,
I can pencil you in for now, Justin.
a call center, and franchises across North America.
I own 100% of the business, not at Agreed, but giving up any percentage of the company is too big of a risk. Who's got good news?
His grand plan? To turn 1-800-GOT-JUNK into the largest junk removal system in the world.
We added 9 deals yesterday.
Nice. Cool.
So we're up to 118.
We wanted to set a couple of crazy goals. One was over 100 franchise partners and being featured on Oprah. 100 franchise partners happened, and so did getting featured on Oprah.
How'd you get featured on Oprah?
I put the goal up there and sort of put it out to the universe and said, somehow I'll find a way to meet Oprah and give her a big hug, and my business became the way to do it. I like Oprah.
It's 1-800-GOT-JUNK to the rescue.
5 truckloads to haul it all out. And Brian Scudamore is the founder of
He did make it onto Oprah, but how will he answer question 3? A colleague tells you they overheard the boss talking, and you're about to be fired. How do you feel? A. Paralyzed with horror. B. Fine. What will be, will be. C. Happy. Maybe you'll get a big severance package.
I've been fired from every job I've ever had. So before I started this business at 18, I was fired from everything. I was like, great, time to move on.
Score a point if you said B or C. Lots of successful entrepreneurs have been fired and moved on to their own dreams.
That whole sort of anti-working for the man type philosophy. I mean, that's what I hated, was working for the man. You know, I didn't want to sit there and be told what to do. I wanted to be empowered. I wanted to be asked. I wanted my opinion to be considered. So when it wasn't considered, I probably became grumpy, and they didn't like that. And see ya. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
So, the guy who didn't like being an employee ended up making $1 million before he was 30. He found treasure and even fun in carting away other people's trash. If you're wondering, by the way, where the quiz questions came from, Venture collaborated with the Sauder School of Business. At the University of British Columbia in Vancouver,
You can ask people questions that might give you a sense of whether they're more biased to be entrepreneurial.
Dean Daniel Musica and his team
Hello. Hello.
poured through study after study.
Psychology, organizational behavior, finance.
They identified the characteristics of the financially successful entrepreneur and worked with us to design the quiz.
The X factor here is luck. Entrepreneurs, through their behavior, can see a lucky break and say, well, this is going to bring me to a new opportunity. This is going to help me achieve the opportunity I see.
Question 4 is for our expert. It's a sunny day and plenty of people are passing by, but your yard sale isn't going well. What are you most likely to say? A. People are so cheap these days. B. Maybe I should have taken more time advertising my sale and making it look good. Or C. There must be something big going on down the street. Successful entrepreneurs would say B.
To really be an effective entrepreneur, you have to take responsibility. You have to be committed to making it happen. You have to believe you can influence the outcome.
On to number 5. In your travels abroad, you find a hot new product you've never seen in Canada. What do? A. Buy one for yourself. B. Buy some for friends and family. C. Buy some and get the name of the supplier. Maybe you can import them.
I buy one for myself, and I do buy it for my friends, and I also send it to people who are in that business and say, hey, there you go, here's an idea for you.
Yes, sirree. Give yourself a point if you picked C. Self-made millionaires like A.J. Vermani know a good thing when they see it.
This is target one, our pride of the place.
Right.
We call it the Mind Dog Hall.
And that's what's propelled him from freight clerk on the ground to sky-high CEO.
What was your first job in the business?
Well, I was a customer service agent, tracing shipments and collecting money from the customers.
He's got 2 executive jets he rents out to, let's say, the Russian World Cup hockey team or the Prime Minister. Then there are the 10 cargo planes that wing their way across the country before sunrise. Like many immigrants, A.J. Vermani came to Canada with high hopes.
I really said, okay, if it is a land of opportunity, why am I not cashing in on the opportunities?
It was 1975. Jobs weren't easy to find.
And I finally said, I got to do something different here. And I said to the guy who I got my first job with, I said, yeah, I don't have any Canadian experience, but if you're not going to give me a job, I'll never get Canadian experience. So he kind of liked my answer, and I got my first job assembling speakers in a factory.
Then came the freight clerk job. Eventually, Vermani worked his way up to VP, saving every penny. And when the company went up for sale, he grabbed it.
I was always into the bank, into my credit line, borrowed against the house, borrowed from friends, borrowed from relatives, sisters, brothers, wherever I could find some money. And I think they all believed in me. So it was beg, borrow, but not steal.
3 years ago, he sold it all, jumping at the chance to buy the cargo division of the bankrupt Canada 3000. Even here at the low-key company barbecue in Hamilton, his go-with-the-flow attitude is in full swing.
You think he can hold it? How many bets?
Now, can A.J. Vermani land this next question? What motivates you? A. Wanting to be a success. B. Making lots of money. C. Doing something you love and care about. D. Fear of the boss.
When I do something, I want it to be a success.
The millionaire answer is A. Wanting to be a success. They may define it in different ways, but success is the real goal of self-made millionaires.
He's going to be the next movie star in my movies. So.
And A.J. Vermani is searching for it in another sphere.
Next Brad Pitt.
The movies.
I've always been sort of semi-creative in the movie side of things. I have a lot of friends in the movie business. So one day sitting over drinks, he said, well, why don't we produce a film?
This high flyer produced the Canadian flick Bollywood Hollywood, and he writes lyrics for other movie music. Multi-millionaire or not, Vermani doesn't take his success for granted.
I get up in the morning and I say, well, I'm unemployed. That's the philosophy I use. I got to earn my dollar for the day. And what am I going to do different to make it another successful day?
Stay with us. Coming next on Venture's Millionaire Quiz, 4 more questions and 1 feisty millionaire.
Whoever answered that is wrong. I'm wrong, and I'm not backing down.
Talk about lifestyles of the rich. On the lush grounds of one of Canada's most prestigious golf courses, a wedding for a daughter.
Do you, Paul, take a turn?
Mom can afford it. She's the Renee of Renee's Gourmet Salad Dressings, and she's worth millions. She knows how to throw a lavish party. But Renee Unger is most comfortable in her own kitchen,
People will be calling from all over the country, not about me, but about where can I get these cabinets?
where she talks to food,
Come to Mama.
and it talks back to her.
Needs a little more vinegar.
She's turned her own recipes into an international enterprise. Experimenting in her high-tech lab, it's still a case of picking the right ingredients. But what answer will she pick on our next Millionaire Quiz question? You're given a big assignment at work. The deadline is fast approaching. What do? A. Call in sick. B. Find some colleagues who can help. Or C. Slug it out on your own. It'll be easier to do it yourself.
Realistically, I might call in some colleagues that would help, but the operative word is missing. Some excellent colleagues that could help.
That's B, and it is the millionaire answer. Control, yes, but teamwork is essential.
Attention everyone, the recipe ideation is ready in the small boardroom.
Take this marketing gimmick. Renee even gets consumers on her team, competing for the best Renee Gourmet recipe each week.
How's that done?
Renee's team at the office shares in the judging.
Today more than ever, people have less time, and they don't want to spend a lot of time. So if you can give them something quick, convenient, healthy, good tasting.
The winning creation gets posted on the company website. There's someone else Renee relies on here. It's her ex-husband and partner, Arnie.
This is a major point too. I don't want to mention it, what it is.
Their business started in the mid-'80s after Renee first gave her homemade dressings out at Christmas, and her friends begged for more.
And I said, no. I said, that was your present. So they said, we'll pay anything, and I said, anything.
And Renee was very surprised, and she told me, they're willing to buy it.
Arnie and I were married. I said, Arnie, like, they really, really want it, and I can see, like, how do we get it on the market?
Together, they took the leap.
Mortgaged the house. Took the money. Believed in enough to do that risk.
Now, each year, Renee's Gourmet ships out $50 million worth of Renee's, the President's Choice, and A1 products. Over 100 labels in all. Wait, come back, Renee. We've got another question for you. You've invited your friends over to watch the Grey Cup. Just as they're about to arrive, you discover your television is on the fritz. What do? A. Try to fix the TV. B, as guests arrive, tell them the party's over, go home. C, turn on the radio and order pizza.
I would do D.
D? There's no D.
I would phone a rental company and get a TV there as quickly as possible.
Not one of our choices, but it shows an entrepreneur's ability to adapt. The correct answer, C, shows that too.
Who would turn on a radio? Give me a break.
In real life, Renee did adapt to an awkward situation when she and Arnie divorced and still had to work together.
As the expression goes, I think I wanted to see him under a Mack truck.
It was, a very emotional type time in our lives.
As the years have gone on, and I think we both mellowed a little, it's worked out excellently for both of us.
Number 8, another question for our expert. Your new apartment is dull and dingy. It badly needs a paint job. Do you A, dim the lights and live with it? B, convince the landlord to buy the paint, then organize a painting party with your friends? Or C, tell the landlord you won't pay rent until he fixes it? Give yourself a point if you answered B.
They don't say, well, the landlord should do this, or someone else should do this. Well, it's there, it's a problem. Maybe I can get them to provide some resources. I can work together with my friends to solve it. They're also going to rent and borrow time and talent from other people in solving problems or pursuing opportunities. This is fairly common behavior.
And now the final question. You've been up since dawn and the sun set a long time ago, but you're still working on your dream project. How do you feel? A, exhausted. B, tired but satisfied. C, fine, what's next? Anybody for a midnight swim?
I think successful people have lots of energy, and that's what allows them to continue to grow.
Score a point for C. Successful entrepreneurs, like our last millionaire, have an endless supply of energy. And that's driven John Stanton into the winner's circle. 6 a.m. in Edmonton. The founder of the Running Room is on the go, and this is just his first run of the day.
Typical day starts at usually 5:30 or 6 and finishes usually at 11 or 12.
And you're going the whole time?
Going the whole time.
He works 360 days a year, almost always on the road.
We're going to have to put hardwood in here, though.
Surveying his retail empire, 70 stores in Canada and the United States, and more on the way. He sells shoes, clothes, advice, a lifestyle.
So you run regularly, or?
I do, yeah.
You do?
For Stanton, running is a religion.
You know about our practice runs on Wednesday and Sunday?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Relax, have fun.
And wherever he goes,
Hi, I'm John Stanton, urging you to get fit. When I
he
realized
speaks of his conversion.
I started to walk and run, and it changed my life. There you go. Great.
Late 1970s,
I was an overweight, out-of-shape couch potato.
he smoked. Once even sold cigarettes. But all that changed when John's son turned him on to running.
I was going to a large big box store trying to buy running shoes, and I was standing in front of a shoe wall like this, and I was trying to buy a new pair of training shoes, and the young kid that was standing there, who had a pack of cigarettes in his pocket, was trying to sell me a pair of racing flats, and I said, no, I want training shoes. And he was trying to sell me that shoe because it was the most expensive shoe on the shoe wall. And all of a sudden I realized that I knew more about shoes than he did.
Welcome to York Mills Running Room. How's everybody doing tonight?
So John left his executive job at a grocery retailer and ran with his idea, a place to buy special products, meet other runners, and get professional advice.
It's like a finish line.
The concept took off, and so did Stanton.
I look at how I've been successful in business is no different than how I took myself off the couch and became an athlete. I just did it one step at a time, and I did it with an intelligent goal.
Soon he had books
That's a fabulous shot.
and a magazine.
We need to reflect on the basics of our training.
He became the poster boy for physical fitness and made lots of money.
I enjoy being able to travel and go to the New York City Marathon or go to the Ironman or go to the different events.
Though he's too modest to say just how much.
You know, the money brings some privilege that you're able to do those things.
Now Stanton thinks he spotted yet another opportunity.
This site, we're going to have half the store will be the running room, which is a conventional store. The other half will be the walking room.
With more walking room stores in the works,
You're looking great.
John Stanton shows no signs of slowing down.
That's the biggest lie in every road race when they say that to you. You're looking great.
Now it's time to add up your score. How many of your answers match up with the millionaires? We'll tell you what the results mean when we come back. Welcome back to Venture's Millionaire Quiz. You've answered 10 questions. Now, how many did you get right? If you scored between 1 to 3 points, sorry, but you don't have the millionaire mindset. Better keep that day job. If you scored 4 to 6, not bad. It's a long shot, but you do have some of the qualities of the successful entrepreneur. After all, salad dressing queen Renee Unger scored 6.
If I don't fit into your mold, so be it.
And for those who scored 7 to 10, you approach life in a very similar way to A.J. Vermani, Brian Scudamore, and John Stanton, and they're self-made millionaires. But remember, the X factor is luck, and there's no quiz to measure that. And that's Venture's Millionaire Quiz. It doesn't come with a guarantee, but you may have learned something about yourself and your potential. Maybe you're the next